Where is he? Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Crypto Harlem live stream. This is Gemini Matt, as it says in the corner over here somewhere. Ooh, microphone. Just trashing stuff, breaking stuff. It's like hack the planet. How about we just smash the planet? Um, so yeah, I just wanted to thank you for joining us. If this is the first time you're watching the live stream, what is the live stream? The live stream is us talking about anti-surveillance, us teaching you how to become a hacktivist. And what is a hacktivist? It's any kind of digital activist. It's any kind of person who, while some vote and some write letters and some protest, you use your computer keyboard to have the power of millions. And there's many ways to do that. And we have guests on, we have resources, we have walkthroughs to teach you how to be shooting these fireballs, you know, and our goal is just to make a better place. So we're going to make sure that everything we tell you is legal, everything we tell you is on the side of righteousness and goodness. And yeah, we're going to take you from level 0 to level 3 million, right? And yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do here. We don't mess around. Let me just get some things set up. I don't know. Woo. Okay, now let's switch mics. Um, let's try that again. Test, test, test. Okay, cool. All right. Let's lower the settings on this a little bit. One day, I'll get better at these settings. That is my volume. I remember when I didn't have a multi-$100 microphone. It was so much easier. It just worked or it didn't. It didn't have its own controls for me to learn. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. First time caller, long time listener. What's up? Ed LDNY. Okay. So listen, what we've been doing for the past few weeks is going over this book that was written by the Micah F Lee. Micah F Lee, if you're out there, mad love, mad props for your book, which is called Hacks, Leaks, and Revelations on No Starch Press. Uh, Here we go. A little linky link. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on whatever's YouTube or whatever, you can see the link. You can click the link to the book. Book is like so edgy. It's like still being edited or whatever, but you can get your hands on a copy. I myself got my hands on a copy of a leak. Because how can you talk about hacks and leaks and revelations without hacking it, leaking it, and revealing it to others on your live stream? Got to take it to the next level. There's levels to this game, and that's what we do here. So yeah, let's jump in. So here's some housekeeping. There is a restroom. It's wherever the bathroom in your house is or closest to you. So no need to soil your pants when we drop some leaks and reveal some secrets. If you're thirsty or hungry, there is we have your favorite snack available to you. The code is walk to your kitchen and open the fridge. Oh, okay. But no, seriously, it's stay hydrated because when your brain is hydrated, you learn more, you learn better. Okay. And yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's jump in. So I'm gonna put some music on, make it comfortable for y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna put on today. This is always like a struggle. It's not because the selection is so great because I tried to limit myself. It's just because you just got to catch the mood. We're gonna be doing some hacking and some secrets and some whistleblowing or whatever we're doing. Okay, let's see. Music, 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 music. What's this? Oh, I remember that track from yesterday. No, what's this one? Whoa! This is very Euro trash, dance floor, Berlin Wall falling maybe 90s, maybe late 80s. I don't know. Okay, I think it'll work. Okay, so let's check out this book. Let's check it out real quick, okay? Hacks, Leaks, and Revelations. The Art of Analyzing Hacked and Leaked Data. It's an art, but what you'll also learn is it is a science. And where we left off last week was we got to part one, and part one it's so deep, so much in there. You know what I'm saying? Also, hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So, like, if you want, I think chapter 6 is free. You can download chapter 6. Here's a link to that. But we actually have a copy of the whole book. So, chapter 6. Use it, leak it, love it. But we're not doing chapter 6. We're in part 1. Let's see where we are. Pull this thing up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is cool. Hey, listen, if you want to read tomorrow's Hacker News before it comes out, definitely subscribe to 404 Media. What is their website? Let me try to find it. 404media.co. Why is it .co? Okay. Just before we jump in, they do a whole like piece here. On the like ACG hacker crew. No, hold on. I don't know. Okay, I see. They only blurred the employees' faces. Yo, check out this article when you get a chance. It's great reporting as usual from Joseph Cox, 404media.co. I think it's $10 a month, but you'll be like seriously put onto some dopeness, And I definitely got to have them on one day to explain like some of their techniques and tactics and how they protect themselves from hackers who get mad at them because, this stuff is dope. But this article, okay, let's see. Here we go. So here, I think I can show you this. This is probably fine. Before we jump into this, hackers ACG popped champagne and bought sports cars. Then the group and its associates ushered in a bold new era of crime where anything is possible. And it's from High Life Hackers to National Menace, the rise and fall of digital bandits ACG. So definitely it's worth the $10. Got some fancy graphics and it's got some like, behind the scenes videos and all kinds of, it's really good journalism. So just wanted to give props to this article. I'll paste it, I think. I'm not sure how to do that. Let's see. So features, ACG article. Okay, here's the ACG article. $10 a month, y'all. $10 a month. Make it happen. If you're interested in that. All right, now without further ado, I was supposed to be pulling up a leaked book before I got so excited. And here it is. Okay, 1 second. Here is the contents of the book. This is chapter, part 1 is chapters 1 and 2. It's about acquiring data sets. And then part 2 is the tools of the trade. And it talks about command line interface. And I think we're gonna go to part 2 and just talk about command lines today. But there's a lot in part 1 that we kind of rushed through last week, and it's about your safety. So we're gonna go over it over and over again, I promise, okay? So let's do it. It's page 55. So if you have a version of this book that's not my leaked copy, the page numbers might not line up. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably paid and got a legit copy. You didn't get it off the digital streets like I did. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I don't like the song anymore. It makes me feel like, I don't know. It's like, it's a little too Eurodance right now. So we're gonna switch it up. If I have to hear dun, 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 one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Let's see what we got here. Oh no, that's too intense. Okay, here we go. We'll go back to this one. Yep, cue it up, DJ. Okay, let's see. Let's make it so you guys can read this a little better. I think I did that wrong. Let me see. Hold on. Did I get like a zoom here? Nope. Okay, hold on. Let me just get this let me do this better. Almost there. Even my page numbers don't queue up right. So that's what you get. That's what you get. Next time, get the real copy. Okay. Yes, yes. Tools of the trade. Tools of the trade. Let's do it. The command line interface. This one goes out to you at LBNY. Back in the days of the command line interface. Command line interface. How technical does that sound? Users were all Morlocks who had to convert their thoughts into alphanumeric symbols and type them into a grindingly tedious process that stripped away all ambiguity laid bare all hidden assumptions and cruelly punished laziness and imprecision. And this is Neil Stephenson in the beginning was the command line. And Neil is a prolific author on all things tech and cyberpunk and sci-fi. And it's like, if you haven't read The Snow Crash, get the Snow Crash will crash you. It's about a pizza delivering ninja from the future. And the thing is, like, so many nerds read my man's books. That was he right about the future, or did they craft the future that they read? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, let's do it. So here Micah writes, let me zoom in a little bit more and check the layout on your screen. Can I do this? Can I? Oh yeah, can I get a little? Okay, here we go. Micah says, if you're like most people, you interface with your computer primarily through its graphical desktop environment. Did you know that? Did you know you were interfacing with a graphical desktop environment? Because you were, right? And you move the pointer with your mouse or trackpad and click icons to run programs and open documents. Yes, it's called point and click. Thanks, Micah. And it says programs open in windows that you can resize and maximize and drag around and minimize and minimize, and you can run various programs at once and have separate windows. Yes, that's what using a computer is. But there's an alternative, an incredibly powerful interface that you can use to communicate with your computer and give it instructions, and it's the command line interface, also known as the CLI, command line interface, CLI, okay? So we're gonna be jumping into the CLI today. You know what I'm saying? What you know about that? What you know about the command line interface, okay? And it's really important because if you want to be, hacktivist elite, you know what I'm saying? 1337, you got to be up in the CLI. You can't drag and drop. No. We got to use your computer's computer. You got to cut out the middleman, okay? Now, a command line interface is a text-based thing. It's not a graphical thing. And it says you enter the commands to run programs in what's called a terminal emulator. After running a command, you'll see some text based on the display. And in this chapter, you'll learn the basic line skills, command line skills that you need to use the book, okay? So, and then introducing, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the command line. Whoa, introducing the command line. Command line. Woo! Can it go without you, shall? Okay. So shell is the program that lets you run text-based commands, and or the shell. And when hackers try to break into a computer, their initial goal is to pop a shell. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do. We just kind of like be rooting each other on, like pop a shell, pop a shell, pop a shell. You can do it. If you watch Mr. Robot, you know that hackers all hack in crowded rooms with lots of dance music and lights and liquor and flowing, and everyone, of course, is like looking over everyone's shoulder, and there's a crowd there cheering you on. That's exactly how it's like. Pop a shell. It's not you staring at a bright screen in a musky environment by yourself with no friends and no party. Nope, not that at all. So every operating system, even mobile operating systems like Android and iOS, have shells. And this book focuses on the Unix shell. And most versions of Linux come with a shell called the bash. And then it says Mac OS uses one called the Z shell. And these shells are very similar. And for the purpose of this book, you can think of them as if they were the one shell, Now here's the problem. You probably have a PC. You probably have a Windows computer. And it uses an older shell called command prompt. And a newer shell, yay, called PowerShell. And the syntax rules that define what different commands mean used by Windows shell is very different from those used by Unix shell. So if you're a Windows user, you're primarily working a Unix shell for the examples of this book. So basically, Windows people, you got to come to the Unix world. I'm sorry, and that means setting up a Linux computer so you can or set up your Windows computer to run Linux. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Micah tries to tackle here, because it is tricky when you're talking to a general audience and you don't know what kind of machines they have. A lot of people have Windows, a lot of people have like Mac, a lot of people have whatever. Even Chromebooks, certain Chromebooks that we've already gone over in previous episodes, could be made to run Linux, you know? So, and it just tells you, like, you know, like when you type stuff in, it's very unforgiving, and you might type in a command, it gives you an error or nothing back, okay? And it says all operating systems, whether it's Windows or Mac or Linux or Command Prompt or PowerShell or Z Shell or Bash or whatever you want to shell, they all have users. And you are a user. And here Micah types "who am I" into his computer, which is called Rogue, cute computer name. And it says you're Micah, right? And that's how Micah finds that his name of his user, or his username, is Micah, right? And all operating systems also have a file system, which is like where they put the files. You can think of it as like a giant file cabinet, honestly. And in Windows, the users are in a place called C:/users, and then your name. In this case, we use Alex. And Mac, the users are all in a place called users and your name, you know? But on Linux, instead of users, it's in a place called home. How kind. Aww, home/home/ and your name, right? And again, Mike is just trying to like get us as a general audience familiar with the layout, the land of this new weird world of typing commands, you know? And it says that in Windows, the path is going this way. It's called a backslash. That's slash this way in the back. But in other operating systems, they use a /. Windows always trying to be different, going this way, you know? So then he gives an example of what a path might look like. And a path to a document, which tells you which folder in the file cabinet it's in, might look like C:/users Alice/download/meeting notes doc.c, because that's where Alice downloads her meeting notes on a Windows machine. On a Mac, the same person who downloads their stuff, it's going to be in user/Alice/download/meeting notes docx. See, so we, you know, don't be scared. Don't be scared of slashy lines. It's just telling you what folder and the path to that document in this cluster of folders, because there'll be folders inside of folders. So when you open up the file cabinet, you pull out the big folder called users, and inside the users folder is another folder called Alice, and inside the Alice folder is another folder called downloads, and then inside the downloads folder is another folder called nothing. Nope, that's where the files are, meeting notes. So, and there it is. You pull out a sheet of paper, it says meeting notes, you got your notes. So just like the real world, just imagine you're going through a file cabinet. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. If you need the help with this part of the book, file cabinet is the best way to describe this, you know? And then, you know, Mike, it says when you plug a USB stick in, it's not going to be in home or users. It's going to be in some letter of a drive on Windows. In this case, it might be your D drive, okay? So if it's a Mac, it's going to be in volume/whatever, you know? So volume/USB stick or whatever. And in Linux, it's going to be in media/your username/ and then whatever, maybe like data sets or whatever you called it, you know? And again, this is a generalization, but it's just trying to get you familiar with how your computer works when you're not using clicking and dragging, because you're going to have to use typing, and you're going to have to feel like, you know, your favorite hacker movie, you know? Now, one thing that's important to know, it's like, just like at any good dinner party, not everybody got access to everything. Users have privileges, you know? And you might have a guest, which is like the lowest level, like a guest to the party doesn't have a lot of privileges. And you might be like the person who's throwing the party. That would be administrator, or the highest level privilege, right? And you can do anything. Now, it says to run a command that requires root or administrator privileges, there's different ways to do that on Linux, different ways to do that in Mac OS. And you might have to like set up a new program that's called sudo, right? Which is the super doers in front of the command, right? And basically this is like this. Like, imagine somebody shows up at your crib. They're like, yo, I want to throw a party. I'm going to this party at your house, right? They're guests They're not even the person you invited. Okay. So let's break it down. Okay. Let's try to break it down into like a real world example here. Okay. So let's say that I am Ed LBNY. Okay. And I invite someone named Dances with Burritos to my party. Okay. So I'm mad. This is my house. I invited Ed. I don't know Ed's friend Dancing with Burritos. I don't know nothing. But I'm like, okay, you cool, but you're just a guest. You're low level. Now you're trying to go to the restroom. That's no problem. Now you're trying to eat from the kitchen, the snack bowl. That's no problem. But when you try to go into places you shouldn't be going, like the basement where I keep all my hacking gear, or you're trying to make it into like, I don't know, my bedroom or something. Nah, you don't have rights. You don't have privileges. Stay out. That's for me. That's only for me to do. Now, I might have some people that I trust enough to sometimes get access to places that only I have access to. And that's what sudo is. It's the super doers. That'd be like my roommate or something. You know what I'm saying? Or like my day one homies or something. So that's all it is. So when you say sudo before a command, it's like, hey, I'm not trying to do this as me because I might not even have the right to do this. I might not even have the privileges. I might be, kind of out of pocket even asking. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to try to do this as one of the people who belongs, the sudoers, the super doers, the super users. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like ask somebody. And then the computer will actually check to see if your username is on a list of VIPs who can occasionally do things they shouldn't be doing. But, and if it is, and you're in the sudoers file, you can do it. You can run the command at a higher level. You can do things like the owner of the party. And yeah, that's all it is. I hope that makes sense to you, okay? So listen, I just want to do a quick roll call to all your hackers out there. You know what I'm saying? So where are we without you? So thank you, D Elixir, real quick, for just keeping everyone honest and keeping it. If the knuckleheads show up, dragging them out of the club, thanks for moderating, doing security on the screen. Of course, 00 Rihanna, don't get stressed when I say this, but thank you so much. I can't see you, but I can see your name, and I'm going to just give you a little prop, okay? 01 Ella, 8 Highs, yo, appreciate you so much. Keep it going, you know what I'm saying? Alice Cedric, Dance with Burrito, Jack Snack, you know who you are. You are the stars. Thank you. Thank you for being here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Faith for Tony, John K45C55C, Pixel Snap, Jimmick, you know what I'm saying? We see you. We appreciate you. Let's hack some stuff, okay? All right. Now that you understand user privileges, you can see in this example where the author, Micah F Lee, says, "Who am I?" And the computer spits back, "Oh, I know who you are. This is your name. This is the name of your user. This is your username. It's Micah, right?" But then if Micah says, "Sudo, who am I?" Whoa, Micah's asking as if was the owner, as if was the administrator, as if is user number 0, the hottest user in this place, the owner of the party, root. And the computer be like, "Oh, you're root." If you say sudo, who am I? You basically are root. So you're basically asking as if you're the person. You're like Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost, channeling the spirit of that person. You know what I'm saying? And if you're one of the privileged who's allowed to do it, you get to run things on a higher level. And it's good because if you were just running everything as root, you probably could mess up a whole situation. And no party goer should ever be acting like they own the place the whole time. Every once in a while, you need to, raise those privileges. Okay, so let's go. It says, warning, be careful running stuff as root. Yeah, you could break your whole situation. Okay, and then it has a little XKCD type situation cartoon here. Make me a sandwich. What? Make it yourself, says the person. And then they say, sudo, make me a sandwich. And then the person says, okay. So they're like, make me a sandwich as a guest. Nah, you don't get no sandwich. Make me a sandwich as user number 0, the root, the owner, the admin, the king of the castle, the queen of the castle, the gender non-conforming person who runs this entire community, all-powerful Professor X situation. And then it's like, okay, I will. So demanding a sandwich of sudo is what this figure shows. Great little funny comment there in this book. We're kind of going through this book, Hacks, Leaks, and Revelations by Micah F Lee. We're going chapter by chapter. We're teaching you, so if you ever get a copy of the book, this video is helpful. Or else if you're wondering whether this is for you, we're walking you through, and yes, it is. Okay. Now, what Micah wants you to do is he wants you to install Ubuntu in Windows so you can go through the rest of the book. Because any author who's trying to teach you hacking stuff, especially on the hacktivist level, is going to have a real problem with Windows people. So one way that he decides to get around this is to teach you to use the Windows subsystem for Linux, or WSL, which is Microsoft made, okay? And it lets you run Linux commands on Windows. And I like, Micah, again, as any author will have, has these challenges, and he always leans towards using the software that's made by the people who made your hardware, or open source, really chill stuff. Like there's a part where we talk about where to download the leaks. And by the way, if you're not already downloading Blue Leaks and not already using transmission to do that, please do that. And we'll walk through that towards the end, okay? Because it takes, like I was downloading Blue Leaks, and even on my ridiculously fast connection, it was telling me it's going to take days, okay? So, eventually I got it down to 5 hours, but depending where you are in the world and how much you pay for internet, it could take you days to get these leaks. And that's what we're working towards. Working towards the episode where we all go and dig in to some, interesting data sets. Let's just put it like that, okay? But don't worry, I won't get you arrested, at least if you live in the United States. If you don't live in the United States, you better, you've got to think about it. You got to know the laws and the rules, before you start messing with these data sets, okay? So to install WSL, open a PowerShell window as administrator. So basically what you do is you got to click Start. You got to search for PowerShell. You got to right click on Windows PowerShell. You got to run PowerShell as administrator and say yes. Okay, so let's go over that. So does he have a picture of this? I think you should figure 3.3. Let's get the figure 3.3. Yo, Windows users, are you with me? All right, this is the only walkthrough of this that you're gonna get. So take your phone and take a picture of the screen right now, because I'm not gonna say this twice. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, use Windows users. Okay. All right, so look, if you're a Windows user, just go to Start, like that little Windows Start thing in the corner. And in Start, you're going to type PowerShell, in the search. And you'll see that once you search for PowerShell, you see something that looks kind of like this. And I would make it bigger if I could. So, just take a picture, scroll, zoom it in. And it'll say it'll say Windows PowerShell. Just make sure you right click on it. Don't just click on it. When it says Windows PowerShell, you want to right click on it, and then you want to say Run as Administrator. That's key. You know what I'm saying? Like how Khaled always says, like major keys. This is a major key, a key to success. Don't get a little too excited. Make sure you do this correctly. Start, search, PowerShell. Right click on Windows PowerShell. Run as administrator. Okay. Now, when you're in PowerShell and you're running as administrator, let me actually put that part in the chat. Here you go. Don't say I didn't do nothing for you, Windows people. Okay, there it is. Okay, you ready to get your hands dirty? Let's do this. Now, once you're in PowerShell, okay, you're gonna type W as in Washington, S as in Sigma, L as in Llama, WSL. You're gonna put a space. You're gonna put minus, and then you're gonna type install, and then you're gonna put a space. You're gonna put minus D. You're gonna put a space, and you're gonna type capital U Ubuntu. Okay, just like that, and that'll give you Linux on your PC. You know what I'm saying? It won't happen like super fast like this, because it needs to download and install Linux. There's like a cooking show where we act like it happened super fast. We're gonna pull the vegan chicken out from behind the counter. You know what I'm saying? So like from PowerShell. Okay. See that? From PowerShell, that's WSL space minus install. Okay. Then it's space. Okay. And then it's minus B. Okay. And then space. Then you have to do it like it has to be correct. So you can't, it has to be all lowercase. Okay. Don't do this. Don't type it wrong. Okay. Don't get too excited. Okay. And once you do it right, you put this in Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a version of Linux. Ubuntu means like community, I think, in like Swahili or something. You know, I gotta ask my homies, African homies from Wakanda Sec, if I'm right about that. I think it means community. Don't quote me. Okay. Are you feeling this, Windows people? It feels good. You getting that Linux energy? You getting that Unix energy? Woo! Okay, get in there. Okay. Now, when you do this, your computer is going to start to install Ubuntu, which you should have anyway. You deserve another operating system, Windows people. You know, you deserve to play on the fun side, hacker side. Okay. So do it. Get in there. Dive in. Dive deep. You know what I'm saying? And it tells you that you'll see something that looks kind of like this: installing Windows Subsystem for Linux (WSL), and then it'll download the WSL kernel, and then it'll install the WSL kernel, which is like like kernel, like popcorn, like kernel sandwich chicken. You know what I'm saying? It's delicious and buttery. That's the root. That's like the bones. That's like you put your foot in when you're cooking it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the operating system's like heart right there. That's the kernel, and then it's going to download the graphical user interface app support, and then it's going to install it, and then it's going to say downloading Ubuntu, and then it'll say the requested operation is succession. Changes will not be effective until the system's rebooted. So the final line of this output tells you to reboot your computer. Enter exit. Don't forget to type exit, and you'll quit PowerShell, and then reboot. Okay, reboot your computer. You did it. So look, this isn't going to happen fast. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure this is recorded so you can watch it on whatever you catch it on. You catch this on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call that thing, just watch it later. You catch it on YouTube. We got YouTube videos. They'll never get deleted. Catch this on the YouTube. If you want to watch it on Twitch, you got about 2 weeks to catch it. Then Twitch be taking our stuff down. So, so far so good. I think 2 to 4 weeks depending on the content before it disappears. Yeah, just catch it on the Twitch. But CryptoHarlem.com, it's got a link on the bottom to all these spots, and you can catch our stuff on all these spots. You know what I'm saying? So just like if you need it twice, we got it. It's all recorded. Don't stress. If I'm talking too fast, play back like at 0.5 speed. Whatever you need to do so you can feel that you understand. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's what you got to do. Just do it your way. All right? All right, let's keep going. Yo, hackers, you with me? Yeah, so I thought. So Windows people, when you reboot your Windows computer, okay? Let's see what. You'll see a window that says installation might take a few minutes or something about Ubuntu, right? And then that same window will eventually say, please create a Unix user account. The username does not need to match your Windows username. Enter a new Unix username. And what Micah tells us in the book is like in the hacks, leaks, and revelations, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he says, Ubuntu needs to keep track of its own users. So, just type in a username, right? And then it'll ask you for a password. Now, here's the thing. When it asks you for this password, okay, you might not see the cursor moving. Be really careful. Don't mess this up. Get your password correct, okay? And it says either use the same password you use for Windows or create a new one and put it in your password manager. Because, he's already been teaching you about password manager. I would say this is like, for y'all who this is your first rodeo with the Windows subsystem for Linux, just make it the same. Make your username the same. Maybe all lowercase, gives, what I'm saying, make it even easier. And can make your password, like, keep it chill, okay? So keep it the same password that you use for Windows, okay? And then it'll say re-enter the password, and if you get it correct, it'll just take you through, you know. And look at this. It says the terminal should now prompt you to re-enter your password, which should drop you into a Ubuntu shell with a prompt and a blinking cursor. My prompt says Micah Cloak because my username is Micah and my Windows computer name is Cloak. So we already got Rogue, and now we got Cloak. I think Micah's got some Easter eggs in here, man. It's like a story's being told. We got rogues and cloaks, you know. I feel like Dungeons and Dragons thief energy. You know what I'm saying? Chaotic good all day. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So yeah, you want to just go in here. You're gonna see this thing. You type your password in, and then Windows people, you've done it. You can now hang with the cool kids in like a Linux-like environment. Look at that. You don't need to virtual box it. You don't need Kali Linux. You don't need any of that. We all could get into these leaks, these blue leaks together. Okay. So listen, I'm gonna be back. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go get Matt. Matt is gonna come. Okay. I'm Matt's hacker alter ego Tam, the reverse Matt, Gemini Tam. Okay. All right. So listen, I'll see y'all I'll see y'all next week. While Gemini Tam is leaving, Gemini Matt should be here very soon, and he'll walk you through the rest of this. Okay. All right. So I'll see you soon. Don't go anywhere. I know, I gotta go. But don't worry, you'll be in good hands with my friend Gemini Matt, who's going to be here anytime, any moment. So, all right, so just hang tight, okay? Don't go anywhere. Don't leave yet, okay? We got you, okay? Give me like 30 seconds. Hey, y'all. That was wild. I just ran into Gemini Tam in the hallway. Oh man. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, so we were setting up a Linux environment for Windows people, you know what I'm saying? And that's really important as we go through hacks, leaks, and revelations to have a place where you could have a shell, right? So Windows people, you're welcome. Welcome to the Linux world. Now, we have like 20 minutes left. So we're going to switch gears before we all join into the show. And we're going to talk about how to download blue leaks, right? So we had already, the book, Hacks, Leaks, and Revelation says you need to have an external hard drive. And we've identified it, the ADATA SE, as like the cheapest, fastest, largest solid state drive on the market right now. That is like Crypto Harlem approved. We really like this thing. So if you type these words into wherever you buy stuff, wherever you procure your hardware, here you go. So get this hard drive. Okay, get this hard drive. It's an ADATA SE800. It's 1 terabyte. It should set you back like $60 to $100, depending on where in the world you are and where you buy your stuff. But just get it as cheap as you could find it. You want to make sure that the drive is solid state because it has no moving parts. If you're going to be holding encrypted leaks on a encrypted drive, you don't want it to be a drive with like ball bearings and magnetic disk and all that stuff. Like that's not what you want. You want to make sure that the drive is something like this. Okay. Now let me put some background music on. Let's put a little something chill, you know, something relaxing. There we go. Let's put some Detroit type sounds on. Woo! Okay, that's good. See that? Gemini Matt, chill. Gemini Tam, out of control. You know? Gemini Matt, totally above ground cyber expert. Gemini Tam, hacktivist. Who knows what Gemini Tam's doing right now? Okay, so so get the ADATA SE800 1 terabyte. That's the first thing, right? And then just to review, what you should be doing if you've been following along previous episodes is you should be getting this transmission software installed on your machine. It's an open source BitTorrent software. And let me show you what transmission looks like. Here we are, and this is transmission. And the website for transmission is transmission, BT for BitTorrent.com. Okay, so we'll put that in the chat. You can just go ahead and just go get a copy of transmission. All right. Now, transmission is the tool that we use to pull down our leaks. It's a tool we're going to use to pull down the data that we're going to be learning to be hacktivists with, right? Learning how to handle it, learning how to do good journalism, good research, good investigations with. And transmission helps us transmit that stuff up or down, right, into our computer or from our computer. But what are we getting down? We need instructions. And that's when we go to Distributed Denial of Secrets website, right? And that's when we pull down the BlueLeaks leak, which is a leak, yes. And, you know, the story of BlueLeaks is described there, okay? And you can read about it. And it's about 269 gigabytes of internal US law enforcement data, okay? But there's nothing new about this. It's been out, it's been highly publicized and highly traded around and written in newspapers and stuff. So, and I'm gonna show you what that distributed denial of service, distributed denial of secrets website looks like. It looks like this, okay? So now you're gonna check this out. BlueLeaks. BlueLeaks, sometimes referred to by the hashtag BlueLeaks, is 269 gigabytes of internal US law enforcement data obtained by the Hacktivist Collective Anonymous and released on June 19th, 2020, okay? And then you can like see here that it says what's in the data set. It gives some more information about different states and all this other stuff. Now, you'll see that there's a link to the BlueLeaks data here, right? There's a direct download, and then there's this magnet link. I always like mess with the magnet link. So I usually am a magnet link kind of person. So I click on the magnet link, and that will open in transmission once you have transmission installed. You know, and then it'll just start downloading onto your computer, and in about 1 to 5 days, you'll have it, right? Now, if you have super fast internet, you'll find that you'll get it within about 5-6 hours, okay? It's very large, it's 250 gigs, and you'll put this on your beautiful ADATA drive, okay? And so that's what you might want to get started and pull that down so you can continue the fun with us in future episodes. All right. All right. So listen, we're just about at closing time. So I'm going to say bye-bye. Okay. I want to remind you to be safe out there and secure out there and to encrypt, encrypt, encrypt. Encrypt all day. Okay. Every way. All right. Thanks for joining us on the Crypto Harlem live stream. If you have a nice big external hard drive, you can use that. We recommend this be an encrypted drive, and we're going to walk through that in the beginning of next week's episode. I believe that we have a guest that might be joining us, so it might be a different type format next week. But look towards cryptoharlem.com. Look for Crypto Harlem on Twitter, Crypto Harlem on, or X, or whatever you call that site. Look for Crypto Harlem on the Facebook. Look for Crypto Harlem on Blue Sky for any additional information. And of course, why do I feel so choppy? CryptoHarlem.com, you know, where all good data is found. All right. So one last thing is we have a Discord. So if you need some additional support, you have questions, you need some help, you're not sure what to do next, hit us up on our Discord. Okay. So that's going to be discord.gg/invite cryptoharlem.com. And that's going to be shown on the screen right now. So, oops, nope, that's not the right one. That's the blue links. This one right here. So hit us up here at discord.gg/invite/cryptoharlem. And you can talk to me, you can talk to others. If you get stuck, you can get some additional support. Hang out between the Saturdays. Stay dope. I will see you next week, Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern time for another exciting episode of the Crypto Harlem live stream. And remember to be the hacktivist, use your tech skills for good to better this world. Hack the planet for the better. And we're going to help you. Bye.